1 year, 2 years, still faking. 3 years, 4 years, still lying. You're trying to bop, talk, roll just like him. Trying to link girls and look bad just like him. But that's a low life, you ain't living it up. Even Mickey knows you ain't living the real stuff. I've been there, done that, I'm a new creation. I'm going through a Christ-like transformation. I sprinkle some of my salt wherever I go, giving people a taste of Christ when I'm on the go. I was that tricks, I was a bad star, but now I'm living it up with the superstar. He's better than the money, better than the shisha. He's better than the jewels and a fancy car. Still going through trials, but I ain't giving up. I got Jesus, fella, so let's live it up.
When I started secondary school, I was quiet, a Sunday church going, really humble, and an independent person. As the years went by, I developed an interest in rap, so I started to write songs, record tracks, and promote myself in North West London. I became popular due to my rap activities. I got to know plenty of people in my area, such as, also known as OG, Oxon Gate, including North West London and other areas in London. I was given the nickname Tricks because I love playing tricks, manipulating, deceiving others, being difficult, doing the things on the sly. Around the same time, I was dealing with family problems, and instead of coping with the family problems and arguments in my house, I preferred to go out onto the street, hanging out with my friends, where I thought it was much better. I became a follower, doing the things that my friends were doing. Between 2007 and 2008, things started to get sticky, tricky, booky, and weird for me, because the more I was known, the more dilemmas, fights, and hype I got back. Mix-ups were going around about me and other people involving gangs, guns and knives, sex and drugs. So I had to start making a stand for myself. So that time, I called myself Sorta because I was sorting a lot of things out around those times and getting revenge on other people. I also started going raving to relax my mind, to drink, to dance, look to start a fight or look for girls to chat up and to link up with, do my thing. But at the end of the day, I gained no happiness or love. There was a void inside my heart. I didn't know what it was. I was a player, you can call me that. I disrespected my parents as I brought girls into my mother's house in secret without permission. I did what I like, you get me? Obeying my friends and disobeying my parents. I was a mean, greedy, and cold-hearted player, doing and following how other boys treat girls, and I kind of developed my own style of treating girls in a bad way. The media, radio, and internet were just feeding my mind with the riches of the world, and I watched a lot of gangster films like Get Rich or Die Trying. That film influenced me a lot. It made me to be a wannabe 50 Cent as I started copying bits and pieces of his personality and lifestyle. I was slacking in school, and my parents were not impressed, but most of my friends were. As things became stressful for me, I started smoking shisha. It felt like the stress was gone, and whenever I smoked shisha, I became addicted to it. I continued doing many bad things, and towards the end of June 2008, I went to jail for possessing a shotgun. At the prison, there was a chapel, and one Sunday, I visited the chapel. The chaplain preached an encouraging message. She sensed something in me, and she knew God wanted to use me, so we chatted, and she gave me a Bible. Surprisingly, when I started to look through the Bible, it was like a life guide, which contained all the life issues and topics of the modern day. I began to read the Bible, and for the first time, I was actually interested in reading the Bible. I was released from prison within the month of my detention. Shortly after my release, I met a girl called Shanice, and she invited me to an event in her church, so I went. The message was the gospel of Christ, and it sounded interesting, so I said, all right, let me try out what Jesus is all about. On that day, I decided to give my life to Christ. And a couple of months later, however, I just turned back into my old ways because I just couldn't live the Christian lifestyle. So I rejected God, His truth, and just continued to live my own life. At the beginning of 2009, I still had money, pride, girls, power, and my people who had my back. But I sensed a number of things were missing in my life, such as my identity, happiness, and love. Every day I made people happy and successful and encouraged others and pleased them, but at the end of the day, I was not happy and I had no identity. So I said to myself, what am I doing? What am I living for? Why am I alive? Why am I not happy? Who am I? Why me? I was just confused. I didn't know what to do. Didn't know where to go or who to chat to. I wanted to be real. I wanted to be the real me, the true me. No more hyping, no more rolling in gangs, no more drugs, no more weapons and violence. So one day, my friend Shanice again invited me to her church, and I went. The pastor preached about being a leader, not a follower. What the pastor said made sense to me as it referred to me and many young people that were there. In fact, there were even other gang members from different areas, ends, postcodes, sitting down in the church, so I was surprised. Then the pastor invited us to receive Jesus into our lives and have the life that he died and hope for us. Something inside me was stirring up like flame burning inside of me. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Then that's when I completely gave my life to Christ and made him to become my personal savior in my life. From that day of receiving salvation until now, I know I have a personal relationship with God. I live and represent Jesus Christ. I found my identity in him. I rap about and for Jesus at different events, concerts, and churches. I have been helping out my family and others. I go to church and live out the Christian life not only on Sundays, but every day. God has met and still meets my needs. Yes, there have been ups and downs, storms and rainbows, but I will not give up because I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You get me? Also, I got baptized on the 29th of November, 2009. Ah, yeah. I love peace. I have peace. And I do my best to make peace and be peace with others. I love sharing my testimony of Jesus Christ with others, as I'm doing with you right now. Second Corinthians 5, verse 21. For our sake, he made him to be sin, who knew no sin, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God.